All right, let's go through some systems questions. Let's do this question. Okay, so we got one player, we'll call him X, and Y will be the second player, and it's like how many yards each of them rushed. So the first one says the total was 1550 yards, so X plus Y equals 1550, because that's just the total, combined total. One rushed 4 times, so one rushed means X is 4 times as many yards as the other, so 4 times Y. Those are your two equations. I'm not going to solve these. I'll just set them up. This one is this many pages, and it's broken into 2 parts. So that means you got X plus Y is 1382. This is right. And then the second part of the book, so that would be Y equals 64 more pages than the first part. X plus 64. I would put it this way. I wouldn't put it this way because to me, Y is second part, right? That makes more sense, so I like this equation better. All right, let's read this one. Dennis mowed his next door neighbor's lawn for a bunch of dimes and nickels. Man, what a ripoff. He got 80 coins in total. So you know that N will be nickels and dimes will be dimes, like how many of each? You got 80 coins in total. To find the value, you multiply by the values. So a nickel is 0.05 N, and a dime is 0.01 D. Equals, how much is it worth? 660. Oops, sorry, 660 in total. So this is like the value of the nickels times the number. Value of dimes times the dimes gives you a total value in money. This student made a mistake because this was right for the dimes, but a nickel is only 5 cents, so it should have been like this, 0.05. That's it. Cool, that one's good. Monday, Joe bought 10 cups of coffee and 5 donuts. And it cost $16.50. So we got 5 cups of coffee. Sorry, 10 cups, 5 cups of donuts. What's wrong with me? Total $16.50. This first equation's good. The second one says, oh, he bought 5 cups of coffee. Okay, 5C. 10 donuts, 10D. And the total is $14.25. Cool. So that equation's great too. Chemistry teacher needs to make 10 liters. So we got 10 liters total. So we got X plus Y is 10. X is going to be like the amount of the first solution. And Y is going to be the amount of the second solution. I think this is 42%, and this is, oh, nope, sorry. X would be the 30% one, and this one would be the 50%. So we have the 30% solution times the amount, plus the 50% solution times the amount, equals the final, which is 42% there, and 10%, or 10 liters is the amount. So this equation's right. Let's look at this one. $1,800 in total. So X is going to be account 1, the money in it, and then Y would be account number 2, the money that's in it. So if you add those two values together, you get the $1,800. Cool. Then we got the interest. The total interest 93, so that's my equals 93. I'm going to multiply by the percents that it gives me. This is 6%. This is 3%. So when I add them together, I get my total value for the year, which is $93. So these equations are right. All right, here's $10,000. So again, X plus Y is 10,000. That one makes sense. That's like the total amount to invest. This one's tricky because it's saying she earned more in one. So let's set this up. So we got equals. She earned $535 more from the 7% than she did from the 4%. So let's write 0.07X and 0.04Y. So we're comparing the two sides. This 7% earned more, which means that to make it balanced, I'll have to actually add the 535 to this side to make it the same. Alternatively, you could have subtracted 535 from this side and that would be okay. So this equation is actually incorrect. It should be subtract over here if you want to do it that way. I think this way is easier to imagine as if it's like a scale. What do you got on one side? What do you got on the other side? How can you make them even to each other? Cool. All right, let's check this one. Two angles are supplementary. Supplementary means that they're going to add up to 180, pretty sure. I always mix up supplementary and complementary. So anyway, let's assume it's the 181, okay? That means that X plus Y is equal to 180. It says the larger angle so let's say the larger angle, let's call X the larger angle as our diagram says. X is 48 degrees more then 10 times the smaller angle. Cool, so we got x equals 48 plus 10y. Cool, and those are our two equations, that's it. The only thing mess you up with this one is the supplementary nonsense. I'm pretty sure it's 180. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 180. Two angles are complementary. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the 91. So we got like this and this, x and y. So again, we know that x plus y is equal to 90 degrees. We know that just from angle words. The larger angle is, so let's call x the larger angle again. X is equal to 3 degrees less, so that means -3, plus twice the measure of the smaller angle y. Or you could write it this way, equals 2y minus 3. Both those are okay, and those are two equations. Perimeter garden is 62 feet. That means that this is our perimeter. To calculate perimeter, it's 2L plus 2W, because if you think of a rectangle, right, this is L, L, W, W. If you add them all up, you got 2 L's added with 2 W's is the perimeter. Cool. So that's our first equation. Good. The second equation, the length is L equals 1 foot more. 1 foot more. So I think what you should just say here is 1 foot more than twice the width. So instead of using another variable like f, it's just you're measuring in feet. So it'll be a 1. That's the mistake this student made here. And those are all the questions. Cool.